because you are a globetrotter yourself, you travel the world. How do you see Indian music evolve? Are we constantly getting Bollywood centric, or do you see changes are happening majorly and these changes are positive as well?
The changes are happening for sure. Changes are positive, but whether it's happening fast enough, nobody knows. But Bollywood is definitely here to stay because Bollywood is a thriving industry, and the quality of music in Bollywood is very, very high. It's just that it's very monochromatic in terms of like there are only two or three topics that songs are created in Bollywood, like love songs, item songs, party songs. That's about it. So I guess Bollywood itself needs to diversify a lot more and talk about topics that are very important. Like for example, the Indian, if you look at the Indian film industry in as a whole, the films that are actually appreciated abroad, like for example, the film that won the Grand Prix at the Cannes Film Festival, or films that win at festivals like the Toronto Film Festival or Sundance or whatever, they're not at all the kind of films that are commercially successful in India. So why is that dichotomy happening? Why are the foreigners liking films that are not successful over here? Is it because we've got tastes that are different, or is it because the common person is not being exposed to those films?
Correct.
So that is something that we need to understand. That that is the marketing machinery for mainstream movies so big that there is no way for an artistically made movie to see the light of day.
Right.
So that is something that we need to debate, and we need to figure out that that how can we diversify our film industry so much so that an eclectic set of films reaches people rather than the same kind of stories and the same kind of topics and the same kind of over-the-top action sequences are being fed to people.
Do you think we as a community, we as a nation constantly seek validation through the Western eye? And the reason why I say this is because a prominent example that can be given is, of course, the late Lata Mangeshkar.
Yeah.
When she passed away, there was this much noise around her, about her, that she was not recognized by the Western world, especially the music world, the Grammys. What is your view on the same?
So I believe that we've got 1.4 billion people in India. So that's over one-sixth of the world's population. So I believe that with an audience of 1.4 billion people, we don't need to look elsewhere, for recognition. Like we're craving for recognition, we don't need to look elsewhere. Because if you're reaching out to this particular audience, that is more than enough. So that is fine. But at the same time, I believe that we need to reach our culture to other people. I'm not talking about self-validation in terms of vanity, of winning awards and all of that stuff. But at the same time, it's very, very important that our culture does not remain just with us. Our culture is appreciated by people all over the world, because only then the world will have a better understanding of ourselves. Now, a better understanding of ourselves cannot happen through politics. It cannot happen through politicians. It cannot happen through celebrities. It can only happen through art. We understand the French better because we know their art. We understand other European cultures because of their art. We understand Japanese better because of their art. So similarly, other people will understand us better if we have quality art and we produce quality art and we ourselves encourage that quality art. Like how I mentioned with the classical scenarios and all of that stuff, and better quality movies and artistic movies. We create this art and we spread our culture all over the world, and we get people to understand us better because we are making good quality art and they understand us through our art.